Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Let's dive into some Reddit posts and see what we all think.
But before we do, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, share it on all our social medias, and let's dive in. It's posted by Tro Rask Esk FN. These names are very creative.
Mm.
The title of the post is so he's this 26-year-old male wife who's 27-year-old female, sprung wanting to be a stay-at-home mom on me and expects me to be a paycheck dispenser to fund it.
Mm.
My wife gave birth 2 months ago and was on maternity leave. Last week, she sprung on me that she quit her job and wants to be a stay-at-home mom. She never told me about this beforehand in any way. We agreed she'd go back to work. She made much more than me, about 2 times as much. In order for us to stay afloat, I'd need a second job. I'd probably be working 80 to 90 hours a week. I told her that she can't just quit and she should ask for her job back and say she wasn't thinking straight before they replace her. She got irrationally angry and started yelling at me that I was being unfair somehow. We've argued more about it, and I finally caved and said that she could stay at home for a few years so long as I didn't have to do anything at home. But she said that's unfair to her and she'd be doing more work somehow if I didn't. I don't know if she's gone insane or what, but there's no logical way she'd be doing more than what I'd be working 80
Mm.
hours plus hours a
Mm.
week. She apparently honestly expects me to just accept that she quit and just start working myself to death while also doing her work when I get home with a smile. The fact
Mm.
that she sprung this all on me when we agreed she'd go back to work honestly has me considering divorce. I spoke with my friend who's a divorce lawyer, and he thinks that if I act soon, I should be in a good shape. But I don't want to get divorced. Is there some other way? She's never been like this before, but she's being a total bitch about it. So you're married and have a child,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm single and not married or have a child that I know of.
Yeah.
What would you
I hear
do
you.
if your husband came home, quit his job, and said to you he's going to be a stay-at-home husband, even though he's been making twice as much as you?
Even though what he's earning more than me.
Yeah,
What? Nah, there's no point in that.
because his wife is earning twice as much as him.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So for me, to be honest with you, yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that because it should be the person who's a stronger earner to just go and make the money. Um, so for me, anyways, yeah, I just wouldn't be happy with it.
I think this could have. I don't know why she didn't like have a conversation with him about it. That she just decided herself that she was
Well,
going to be a.
yeah, so I think she probably thought, you know what, I'd rather stay at home with my child. She's probably overprotective as well, like one of those overprotective moms or whatever. And maybe she just didn't like her job. Because I know, like, some moms, yeah, when they're on maternity leave, they realize, oh, I actually don't like my job. This is the career, or like they have this like revelation and they want to change their career path. But like, um, it could be that, but I think oh, she didn't speak to him because she didn't think she had to. And I think she probably thought, oh, I'm at home with the baby, so it shouldn't really be that big of a deal. That's probably why she got so angry as well. And she's probably thinking of like our baby is first over money.
Yeah, but
So
he's saying that he doesn't earn enough, that he's gonna have to have a second job in order to be able to compensate for
for
her
her,
lack of paycheck.
I get it. But then she's probably thinking, well, my daughter, look at me referring to myself. My child is more important than money. So cut back. She's probably thinking cut back. But then again, she made the decision irrationally. She's what, 2 months postpartum? Is it 2 months?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's just probably loving the fact that she's a mom. Like her child is probably really nice at the moment. 8 weeks, the baby is lovely at the moment, and she's just in love and
because
just ready.
he's saying, well, his issue is that A, we're not gonna have enough money. B, I'm going to have to get a second job, which means I'm going to be working 80, 90 hours a week. And then C, she wants me to come home and do housework on top of all of that.
No, I think personally, I do think that if he's working 80 hours a week, that is crazy. That's about what? That's like 12-hour shifts and 15-hour shifts and stuff. So, no, I don't think he should have to come home and do house chores. I do think, though, him doing that, she probably won't realize until later that there will be a lack of presence for him and his child. So there won't be a lot of interactions. Obviously, he's going to be tired. We're going to come home, eat, sleep, wake up, go to work, come home, eat, sleep. He's not going to get any time for her, for the baby. And that's going to
And
cause
he's
that.
going to be miserable. He's going to be angry. He's going to be
And he's going to turn around,
resentful.
yeah. And then he's going to turn around and be like, well, you wanted to stay at home. You're the stronger earner. I mean, she could have even gone back part time, because then if she had gone back part time, that probably would have cut her wage half, which is still okay, because then he still has his paycheck. She has her paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. I think she made a very irrational decision all by herself without
Mm,
consulting with her partner.
yeah, I mean, for me, I'm always like talking about going to work like different times, and there's days that I'm like, I don't even want to go to work. Like, I just want to stay at home with my baby. And
Yeah,
then
which is
there's
which is
like,
which is which is understandable, but you wouldn't solely decide that by yourself and not consult with your partner.
no, I wouldn't decide that. I'm the stronger earner anyways between me and my partner.
Okay. Okay.
I would have to, it would be kind of silly for me to say, you know, I'm not working at all, like nothing. Like it's not like she's saying, you know what, I want to pursue something else. It's not going to bring me in a
No,
lot of
she
money.
just wants to be a stay-at-home mom.
Mm. Then she has to be a stay-at-home wife, meaning she has to cook. She has to be like, she has to cook, she has to clean, she has to do it, because it's there's a difference with being a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home, like a stay-at-home wife kind of thing, if you see what I mean.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because he if he was a stronger earner, then yeah, fair enough, you stay at home and make sure the house is good. Yeah, it's a full-time job being a mom and a wife, like it's long. But for him to be working 80 hours a week, that just makes my shoulders feel heavy right now. Like, hold on, 80 big old hours? No. Like, there's no point, because he's not going to get time with his child. That's even more important than having time with her, coming home doing housework. Like, how is he going to get to do housework?
Yeah. He's because he's saying that she expects him to come
Mm,
home, do his part of his housework, and
mm,
just be happy with it.
yeah, I heard. The light bulbs haven't switched on in her head yet. She's still probably like, you know, just too in love with her baby to even think straight, which happens. I think maybe later on down in the line, when her baby turns about 4 months, baby's all babbling and like grabbing things.
When she's alone with that baby and that baby starts making noise, crying, grabbing
Yeah,
things,
probably
climbing,
not
teething.
that she don't want to spend time with her baby, but constantly being with your child and you have no adult time, or like no you know, like, yeah, adult time. You're just gonna be like, what is this? Even introvert people need adult time.
Mm.
So you can't just be with your child 24/7. So even for her to just do part-time work would have been better. And then also what she should have done is just not open her mouth until she decided when she wanted to go back to work or not. I know America's different with their maternity leave and stuff,
I
but
don't know
like,
if this is American, to be honest. He didn't say if it was American but it most likely was American.
yeah, it sounds like it. Because I think America, they have like,
They don't get paid at maternity leave, or they do, but it's very small.
yeah, I think they get paid, but it depends. It's like a discretionary thing to the company or
Yeah,
whatever.
like it's not like law. It's like
Yeah, somebody needs to let us know. Comment down low below, because I know all the states and all of that has got different
laws
yada
and
yada
that.
rules
Yeah,
and that. I have got time
yeah.
for it. But if I think it's something along the lines of that. But anyways, for me as a wife and a mother, yeah, I'm not gonna just do something like that to my husband, nor can my husband do something like that to me. I'll be like, you better just go and ask your boss back for your job. If not, I can contact them myself. You could come just take it.
This man is seriously considering divorce. Like he's got a friend who's a divorce lawyer. He doesn't want to get a divorce, but with the situation that it is, he's considering it.
Wow. Okay, he's just going too far now.
See, you think he's gone too far. I think that eventually this relationship will lead to divorce because he's not
Mhm.
happy. He's resentful. She's not budging. She's not
Like,
changing her mind.
baby's only 2 months. It's she's just in love at the moment. I'm sure she can find another job. Like, I'm sure like she has a qualified job or something. Like if her paycheck is double his, I'm sure it's like a qualified job or something
Yeah,
where she
true.
can go back and find another job. Or I think she done that off the back of she doesn't like the company that she works for, and this is an excuse.
So you think that she doesn't like the company, so that's why she quit.
Yeah, some people don't like. They just think, oh,
But I just think,
like
whatever the reason might be, why wouldn't you communicate that with your partner? That's the bit that's getting me, you know?
he thinks that she is the mother and she is her own ruler.
Yeah, it doesn't take
Like,
away from, like, she can have her independence and her choice,
yeah, that's it. She's just an independent woman, and I
but
do
she
whatever I
ain't independent because she's got
that's
a husband and a child.
well, she can be independent, but I mean, like,
Yeah, she's not like alone.
she has to be, yeah,
She needs to
like
consider she needs
she
to
has to give
consider her
everything that
family.
husband at least. I mean, yeah, yeah, boy, I
This
don't know what to say.
is mad.
The advice that I would give to him is that they need to speak and have open communication about also why she didn't like speak to him about it, and then figure out where her head is at first as well, because she could be just going through depression, like
That's true.
postpartum
She could be
depression
going.
as
She
well.
might be going through a
So
postpartum episode.
maybe that's why he's just like, you know what, like maybe that's why he gave in as well, like, which is good of him. But he needs to also think about his mental well-being as well.
Yeah, because it's
So
not
he
healthy to
needs to
work
think about
80, 90 hours.
that's crazy. Like, I would never let my husband work that many hours. I don't even like my husband working 40 hours
Yeah,
for
because
work.
like
That like,
you're just
that's
gonna be
crazy.
alone in the house with your baby, and you're gonna see your husband when he comes home to sleep.
Yeah, it's long. It's long. It's
What's the
long.
point of being married
And you
then?
do all the house chores and you just think, oh, you're not doing any house chores, but actually they're at home bringing the money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you wouldn't have
And
a house if he
without
wasn't working.
yeah, so it's like little things like that. Like even me, I can say firsthand, like sometimes I'm just like, really, you come home, you just take your shoes off and you just like take your jacket on, put on the sofa, like leave your stuff everywhere, eat, don't wash the dishes, and you're just like, what are you all right? But then you have to think, right, this person done a 10-hour shift today, walking around or whatever they do as they job, but you're thinking, let me just shut my mouth.
Yeah,
Or they're not spending enough time with the baby. I feel like that. I feel like, oh, my husband sometimes don't spend enough time with the baby. Um, or like he's like playing with her and halfway through playing with her, he falls asleep. It's like, what? So things that, and she's just like, what's going on here? Look at him like, what's going on here? But like, it's just, yeah, it's long. It's long. They just need to find a balance, really. She needs to fix up a little bit, but he shouldn't go straight and think about divorce, because that's that's way too quick to think about divorce. There's other things that's gonna happen in their marriage.
therapy, counseling.
Yeah, just go
Try
therapy or
these
something.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
before you
you
do
like
divorce.
he's a new father as well. She needs to consider that he's a dad, so he's gonna want to go the extra mile for his child and his wife. Even there's gonna be even more pressure because he actually has a dependent, like somebody who is actually dependent on
On
him.
him.
The wife, yeah, I can divorce you tomorrow and it's okay, but that child, just so there's a lot of pressure on him as well.
Yeah.
So I think us women sometimes we just get into our own little bubble and don't think about what the men have to go through as well. And yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, yeah.
think the pressure on him is going to be so immense for his mental and physical well-being, because imagine working 80, 90 hours and then you're coming home to a house where you
Your wife is
expect
in the
your
shower
wife
and
is like, oh, show me attention, show the baby the attention, do your house chores. And then
yeah,
if he doesn't do it well, she's going to pop off on him, and that's just going to create, and it's not healthy for the baby either to grow up in a household where there's angry people screaming, shouting, not liking each other, negative energy. So my
Mm,
advice to him would be do therapy, like marriage counseling, or if you go to a church, try it with them. And
yeah.
it's still, if there doesn't seem to be some resolution, I would say, yeah, separate, because there's no point living in a household of negativity and
But if they
resentment.
separate and then they have a baby, it's a lot.
It
It's
is, but
from my standpoint, it's like I think that won't make the situation any better. To be fair, because what good is it going to do? She's still going to be a stay-at-home mom. He's still going to have to provide for her, and most likely going to be on child support because she's going to be like, he needs to provide for me and my child, and he wanted to separate because I wanted to stay at home. It's not because he cheated. It's not because of, you
yeah, but at least he won't be going
breakup.
home to an angry house. He'll be going to whatever apartment he's living in. She's gonna live about wherever
Yeah,
she's.
but it doesn't. No, I don't agree. I think that divorce is for him to even consider divorce is quite. It will make her feel like what, like, over the fact that I want to stay at home and I just had, like, she can easily get another job. It's not hard, and also she's probably also thinking about childcare as well later on. Like, why am I gonna go to work to pay for childcare, and then so all the money that one of us get is going on childcare.
Yeah,
So
all the
she's
money that I'm getting is
so
going to
there
somebody
is
else.
a lot of fact. I get I see where she's coming. I don't see where she's coming from in the sense that she just did it without consulting him. What she should have done is like speak to him, have open communication, and say, voice her concerns and
Hmm.
why she feels the way she feels and why she wants to stay at home. Which the reason for her staying at home is valid, like, childcare. She wants to have time for a child. She doesn't want to miss out on anything.
But
That's
what if she
completely
says, I want to
normal.
stay, at home because I just don't want to be a working woman. I want to stay at home, and you bring the money, and that's it. But
Yeah,
you still
that's
have to do, but you still have to do the house chores and all of that.
no. I think that's what I mean. So the house chores thing. So she was okay. I think he was okay with. That's what I mean. He said he gave in. All right, fine, whatever. You stay at home. I'll go out and do things. So he's being like, he's standing up. He's stepping up. He's taking that. You know what? Let me just do this for my family. And also probably thinking about her mental well-being, thinking about her. He probably is thinking about her, but the house chores stuff is something that he needs to then say, I'm not doing. Like, he has to put his foot down and say, I'm not doing that. And if she wants to throw a fit, then I'm like, babe, it's either you go to work or you stay at home and you do the housework. Not saying that he won't do any housework, but to just maybe you know what, one thing about women as well is that some women think it's so hard to clean up after their child and to clean up. It's not hard. It's not hard at all.
To
Like,
clean up
me,
after your child.
yeah, people find it really
Oh, I get what you mean.
stressful. Like, the place gets messy and all of this. It's not that it gets messy. Yeah, it does, but it's a matter of like managing your time properly. Like, children, they take naps. Even if there's some children that they're not good nappers during the day, they will take one nap during that day. And they're
Hmm.
like, oh, sleep when your child sleeps. But when your child gets older and they start to walk, your child sleeps more at night. So it's just about you fixing a routine for the child, fixing all of these things. So if she's at home all day with a 2-month-old baby, 3-month-old baby, she has a lot of time to do these things, to tidy up. If she manages it well, she actually doesn't have a lot to do. It's actually you tidying up after yourself. Because what
Hmm.
do you need to do? Get rid of nappies, make them milk if she's doing that. If she's breastfeeding, even better for her. It's not hard. It's when the child gets a bit older and they want to play with stuff, fair enough. But it's very easy to keep the place tidy. And once the place is tidy and he comes from work, food, takeout, whatever she decides to do, he eats and he say he's going to sleep. The baby's gone to sleep as well. All she has to do is the small tidying up, like maybe washing his dishes and doing the laundry. What is that? That's nothing. I personally think that she might be one of those, yeah, like, I want to have my own independence. I want to do my own thing. So as a man, you should be like that as well.
Nah,
But
you
what? But
can't.
one
You
thing
can't be thinking like that when you're in a marriage like that. You guys are.
I do think, though, just something just popped up in my head. I do think that maybe the reason why she didn't consult with him, maybe he would have turned around and said, you know what, you make more money than me. I will stay at home.
That's
And she might
true.
have been like, what?
That's a good
No, I want
point.
to be the one. Because she could be quite
Because
possessive. You
because
can
if he
become a
said because
possessive mother.
if she said to him, "Oh, I want a parent to be with their baby," he would be like, "Okay, I'll do it because I'm a parent and I
Yeah,
obviously don't earn enough, so it won't make a huge difference in our
and that would
living."
have made no sense. Him staying at home with the baby, her going to work. I'm sure she doesn't have to work 80 hours a week. I'm sure she has like
No,
a 9 to 5 normal job where she could have just gone to work, come home, and she would have still had time. I've watched so many dads on YouTube and read so many stories from stay-at-home dads who basically does everything that their wife has to go to work because she's the stronger earner, and it just makes logical sense for the wife to work and for him to stay at home for childcare reasons as well.
yeah,
And they get on with things. They do DIY around the house with the child. Sometimes it can get messy for men because um, sometimes the pressure of like a child moaning is a lot. Like I can tell you, like my daughter will moan and moan and moan. She don't cry, but she moans, and it's just like, oh please, like I can't do anything because you're moaning.
yeah.
It's a lot of pressure. So I can,
I think just they need to have a
it's really
honest conversation, like a proper, long, honest conversation. Go to therapy if you need
be
to.
honest with her and say, if he definitely is feeling like, what, I can't deal with this for my mental well-being, I'd rather not be with you, and we just co-parent, then he has to be honest with her
Yeah,
about it, but don't make her feel like he's giving her an ultimatum.
yeah.
Because if he does
Don't.
that, she can definitely turn that around and he's like, you're not thinking about me, you're not thinking about my well-being, and literally she becomes a manipulator, and then he will definitely resent her forever. So yeah, they just need to be honest with each other.
Yeah, they need to have a
Maybe
sit
she
down
just needs some.
conversation.
Maybe she has been a career-driven woman who have worked so hard, and now she's like, I have my baby. I want to enjoy myself for a year.
No, and
Fine.
there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. But you
but
need to have a
she needs to be honest about it, and she has to compromise with the chores and him
yeah.
working 80, 90 hours a week because yeah, like he said, she was making double what he made.
Mm.
So now they've lost not even half their pay, like household pay, the household income. They've lost at least what 60%.
60 to 70% of income.
That's a lot of money. Like I'm sure they have light bill, water bill, and then if she's at
Food.
home, she's gonna use more electric. She's gonna use more water because yeah, they
Because
do
with baby comes a lot of
like
washing.
washing, drying, electric. Bettings, TV's on for no reason, computers on for no reason, everything's just on for no reason.
Yeah,
All the lights are on. Like it's just she needs to compromise, and she needs to think about that's a lot of income
that
from a
is a
husband.
lot of, yeah.
And then that means a lot of his time is gone just to make up her income, which he probably won't even make up in that 90 hours that he's working.
He
He's
won't,
probably
but
just gonna
he's
make
gonna
up,
make enough to just be able to live if and
yeah,
like
just to
put a
survive.
roof over the head. But there's no quality of life.
Yeah, she needs to understand that. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. Like we've been on maternity pay. It's just like before. It's like yeah, on. I'm literally getting this money to survive, not to say, oh, I want to go out and do something with my daughter or whatever. No, I can't do that. I have to think about buying her milk. I have to think about this. It's hard. So she needs to come correct me. It's because she's just in love with the baby right now, and she's just like googly eyes
Yeah,
over her
yeah.
baby.
But yeah, so that's our advice to you. Communicate, communicate, and communicate. If you have to go to therapy or get a friend involved or something that you trust,
You should just
just
call. You should just call her mom and moan. If he's got a good if he's got a good relationship with mother-in-law, call her and moan about it, mate. That's what I would do.
tell her.
And plus, if the mother-in-law is like an oldie as well, she'll be like, oh, like kind of like old school, kind of old-fashioned ladies. Like, oh, she should do the housework. So he has to just
There are
play
options. Yeah,
right.
there are many options other than just purely divorce.
Yeah, divorce should be like the
Like
last option.
there's literally no other option than
Yeah,
divorce.
like she's really being stubborn or she's really just being an a-hole, then yeah, then just tell her,
Separate.
yeah, separate. Sometimes separation as well can make people realize
Yeah,
things.
that's
So
true. Because
yeah,
grass is not always greener on the other side.
trust me.